Hello again. Welcome back to Asgard and welcome back to Celestial Journey. So, since last episode, I have gotten our blood altar moved. I've been on here for a while. For a very, very long while. I did fill up the XP book. Tome of Knowledge is filled. But anyways, I did get our altar moved. I'm going to have to put some more coal through this. I was running more dark steel. Let me go ahead and get some coal running through that. And of course, it would start raining as soon as I start recording. But let me go ahead and just sleep. And if you're on the Discord, you may have noticed that I've been posting some pictures and different things. I will go ahead and tell you before we get started, I did add 6 mods to the pack, and I removed 1. I removed Chisels and Bits. It's gone. Actually, I could probably find it like that, but it's totally gone. I removed that and I replaced it with little tiles, like I said I would. So we should get better performance. Of course, I did add a bunch of mods, so balance out or whatever. Also, startup time seems to be a bit quicker now. Also, I added in platforms. I added in that mod. We're going to be using that. I added in fairy lights. I added in architecture craft. I added in statues rechiseled. And I also added in Between Lands. If you recall on our last Divine Journey, or whenever we played Divine Journey, I added in Lycanites mobs and I added in Between Lands. This time, I don't think I'm going to add in Lycanites, just so we kind of have more of a focus on the vanilla mobs, since they have kind of a boosted difficulty. We have more of a focus on the vanilla mobs, and we have a focus on the divine RPG mobs without all the Lycanite stuff spawning. So I think that would be, because there was a bit of work to buff up the vanilla mobs, so I want them to be more the primary focus. Between Lands, of course, I don't really have to worry about mobs. That's a separate dimension, and I really needed it for building materials. Because I've been working. If you recall, I was working on kind of excavating that area out, and I have excavated out a bit. And the idea is the portal here, of course, it leads to the nether. But the idea is that it'll also lead into our bigger area of our base. Like this little area is going to be, we're going to have some work done to it. It's going to be kind of like a sleepy, abandoned, or maybe everybody's missing. Maybe not necessarily abandoned, just everybody's missing here. Mining town. But if you step through this portal, it leads you into the base proper. I made one of these, but they're really expensive right now, so I want to build with them, but I gotta wait till I get a spawner. If we take a look here, this is all stuff. I have been a one-man quarry going on here. That's why I needed our rupee shikaxe, because this is a lot of mining. And so I haven't actually started using these, but I did make the tables for them. But right here you can see an example of a statue. If you watch the original, the Divine Journey series, I did a lot with statues, and we're going to be doing that again. So if you guys have a request to have your character put in, I did make a section on the Discord, a tab there for adding in statues. So if you have a request, you can put your name there. I know a few people that have been on the channel for a while that don't have Discord, like Hirakane, for example. So if you put your name down in the comments, I can take care of you. But anyways, so I did make a statue of myself right here. Steel hammer and chisel. Good use for all that steel I've been accidentally making while making dark steel. Down here, if you take a look, I've been busy. I have been very busy. Let's go ahead and hop our little minecart to go down. And yeah, if you were on the Discord, and these are detector rails, they have redstone lamps, which are still a little bit expensive for me. And those levers will be hidden and stuff, and that's going to zip it back up. But you can see as it goes over, it activates our little redstone lamps. But anyways, I did fill this up because we're going to need it for a project today. And there's a space up there that's dug away. We'll get into what that's going to be a bit later. But I have been working on this. We now have runes of self-sacrifice aplenty. Plenty. I had to craft 19 more of these since last episode. And then I'm using, these are scorned bricks from Bewitchment. If you're not familiar, Bewitchment, I loved Witchery, but Bewitchment's like almost a step up, you know, because they've got all the statues and stuff, which I love. Sadly, we can't make them yet. There's actually a few things from Bewitchment that I want for decor, but I can't make them quite yet. Bewitchment, of course, is like the last magic mod in the pack that you get to. But they added in all these different statues, which are beautiful, beautiful things. And we'll be using a bit of those. But I've also got these scorn bricks. These are very much craftable, though not in mass for us at the moment, because you can see obsidian and netherrack. Not a big deal. I've been farming a lot of obsidian, but it's still a little bit on the expensive side at the moment for me right now. And if you're on the Discord, you know that I went out searching for cypress and found it actually rather quickly. Big thanks to KC for sending me a picture from the wiki of the cypress tree, because I was able to just find it once I saw the tree. And then up here we have nether steel from Bewitchment. Now this is also craftable, but still a little bit on the expensive side for me at the moment. That's like, I'd like to get blocks of cold iron, but these I would have to buy the frostfire if I find an alchemist. And even then, I mean, it's still very, very expensive. So I'm not going to be making blocks of cold iron at the moment. Nether steel, I only built out this one little area, and that's just so you can kind of get a slight idea. Though I will say all of the blocks that we're going to be using in our palette are not present in this, because a lot of them are going to come from Between Lands, some from Divine RPG that aren't present in here, and yeah, and then some other mods, Bombcraft and Blood Magic and stuff. Botania even. But back in here, you can see this is mainly a mix of scorn, brick, nether steel. There's a little bit of basalt mixed in back in there. But you can see we've got pumpkins planted, we've got melons planted, we've got carrots, we've got netherwort, we've got some netherite planted down, which I'll get into what that's going to be for here in a little bit. And we have some grass. And I used every single piece of our netherite, and I didn't quite have enough, and I didn't want to go farm in the nether. So I did move our nether portal finally. So we have a safe-ish place to spawn. Even though the bad thing is all the mobs that try to come in here, they get sent to the nether. Which could be a bad thing. But last time I teleported in there was just cyclopses there. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, this area back in here is a little alchemy station that we're going to be working in today. We're actually going to be doing quite a bit with alchemy. Normally we don't do a whole lot with alchemy because it's not needed, but this pack we could really benefit from a variety of potions, especially our blood magic work. And also a big thank you. I had some awesome, I've been having awesome comments on this series. And I had a really awesome comment about using, for our blood magic on the last episode, a comment about using the hot pumpkin pies. They have a lot of saturation. So we will be using those for a bit of our blood magic. Also up here is an endeavor, which is very, very cheap. It's like default recipe, just 8 fused quartz and a cauldron makes us 4 of them. So I did go ahead and set one of those up. And then this is a bone chest from Divine RPG. There wasn't a whole lot of chest options. Now that Little Tiles is in the pack, there is infinite chest options. But at the time, I didn't have that. And that was cheap enough. And it looks alright, I guess. I really want like a custom crafting table. I'm probably going to put like little tiles on the front of this so it's not so blatantly just a hunk of wood sitting there. But anyways, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it at the moment. Let me go ahead and grab these pumpkins. Actually, I'm trying to build up a stockpile. I had a little bit of an issue because pumpkins can't grow with a block atop them. And I had a block right above them. And then I came back and I was like, my pumpkins haven't grown. And my melons. So I changed these out for slabs and yeah, it's been working good. So, but let me go ahead and get that going. And anyways, what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be working on some blood magic. We're going to try to get our ice stone converted over. And by the way, if you notice whenever I look at this, you can see the bloodstone bricks and the beacon and the crystal clusters. I don't have those. That is an effect from the Inspector Scandalum. I went ahead and made one of these between episodes. And let me go ahead and drop that in there as well. But yeah, so anyways, what we're going to be doing today, the first thing we need to do is we actually have to go off on an adventure. I need to find 2 specific plants. First up, I need to find the smoldering berry. And this plant, is going to be fun because I have to go to the nether to get it. But I'm going to need some shears first. This one's going to be the scarier one to get, but it's also going to be the easier one, or the quickest one to get. It'll be the hardest, but it'll be the quickest of the two plants that we need. And one thing I do need to make real quick is a set of shears. So let me go ahead and get these. There we go. And yeah, let's go ahead and do the... Yeah, let's go ahead and do the smoldering berry. Not excited about this at all, but I did spend a little bit of time in the nether. I had to farm up some glowstone and stuff. Okay, so fingers crossed that this doesn't end with me dying. Oh wow, we don't have any mobs here. Cool. Okay, but you can see... What in the world is that? Oh, gosh. It starts already. Hey. There we go. Haha. Okay, so that's dead. That might be it. That might be what I'm looking for. No, that's firing magma. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Ooh, what's that? Emberium. Most of these have drops. I think that's it, actually. No, that's the golden flame. Okay. Does that grow glistening melons? Are you serious? Because if so, that's going to be amazing. Because that's going to just save me a... That's going to save me a bunch of gold. If so... Oh gosh. I'm trying to stay in areas that are like covered. And I just want to grab like an assortment of plants. Oh, we can gather these without shears, but it seems like it's best with shears because otherwise I end up catching myself on fire. Let me just eat that. Okay. Oh, that's what I want. Right there. Smoldering berry bush. I got one of what I'm after. Okay, there's a bunch of them. And ideally, I'd like to get at least 7, because I've got space in my farm for 7. Okay, there's a drop of evil. Oh, and I get a lot of comments about cursed earth farms. I've done them in the past. I just don't care to do them, to be perfectly honest. Because, I don't know, they're just boring. They're very, very boring and way more powerful than they should be. Even default, like, mob farms are too much. And I'm not going to be doing one in this series. I actually like getting out and killing things, though. Like, I mean, there comes a point where, yeah, you need mob farms, but I don't think I have to have one right this second or anything. Oh, man. There's what I'm looking for. Okay. We're down here. Let's get out of the nether. I've got my 7. Jump past that wisp and be on our way. Okay, so let's pop down here. And I want to take a look at those other plants that we've got. This will be my first time actually using plants for something beyond just decoration. It's going to be interesting. Oh, I'm glad I got 8 of these because I actually needed 8. Do these... No, these don't seem to do anything terrible to you whenever you touch them. Awesome. Okay, so there's that. And I want to take one of these. I just want to put it in there. So we kind of have it like for decoration purposes. Oh, by the way, the way that I got grass here, just a heads up. I just made it through blood magic alchemy. So it's cheap, it's easy, it's within our crafting range. So yay. Okay, now I'm curious. The glistening melon came from the golden flame, I think. What about the ember root? That's potions of strength. Magma jelly makes magma cream. But I like this golden flame a lot. Because that's why I had the melon farms down here, was for making glistening melons. But maybe I don't actually even need these. So what I'm thinking we do is we just snip these off. And we instead replace it with, I'll tell you what, let's, I'm going to do our carrots down through there. And then let me just, pull up our basalt. By the way, the, this right here is Project Vibrant Journeys basalt. It's not, unfortunately you can't chisel it in this pack, you know, to change them over, but you can find it decently common. It's usually not in big patches, but you can usually find it decently common underground. So just a heads up there. But let me go ahead and just place out some more netherrack then. And we're going to have glistening melons, or I mean golden flames. Do these burn? Maybe not. We'll have those down through there. Let's see, magma jelly, that makes... That's basically another way to get potion of fire resistance. I was going to use smoldering berries for it. Which is actually still better because you need 3 of these. Or 3 of the magma jellies to make a magma cream. Maybe I'll do a little ember root farm so we have potions of strength. Maybe so. Oh, blaze petals. Ah, okay. I think these probably made blaze powder, if I had to guess. But they were disabled, which of course makes sense. So they don't have any use. At the moment. Oh, there we go. See, that's already making golden flames, and then we can just right-click and we get glistening melons. Yeah. I didn't even realize those existed. I was just after the smoldering berries. But now we've got other really nice things for our farm. So, yay. Okay, now we need to set out to find a plant called the annual ragweed. And this is the most important one for what we're doing today. The other ones, I want to be able to make potions of fire resistance just at will, you know. Which is nice. And now we can make potions of night vision, potions of strength, and I don't even know what else. And we can do it all pretty easily. And the annual ragweed looks like this. It's just a raggedy green weed, basically. Sometimes it'll have white berries on it, sometimes it won't. And I believe it'll just spawn pretty much anywhere. It's just, with plants, you kind of have to be on the lookout for a specific plant for the most part. Which realistically, eventually we're probably going to get like a little farm for all the plants, or a little area for all the plants. But not just yet. I mean, it'll be partially decorative. With the build that we're going to be working on for this pack, I think this is going to be a very long-term pack. Like, this build I'm really excited about. Okay, I found what I'm looking for. Annual ragweed. There we go. And I probably need a few more, because ideally I'd like to have at least 7, possibly 8. Red rover, does it do anything? Red dye. I'll leave it here for now. Here we go. Here's some annual ragweed. There's a cub. Okay, we got 11. That's plenty. That is plenty for us. And these aren't, I don't think these are really like biome specific. I mean, I don't think you'd be able to find them in like a desert or any kind of a really cold area. But yeah, so we've got those. And then what I want to do, actually down here, and let's go ahead and make ourselves a brewing stand. This one's actually going to be for our use. I'd like to have a few more, but that'll be fine for now. And it was brought up in the comments also, as far as blaze powder goes, fell pumpkins. I don't even think about these unless I'm on Garden of Glass. Like, it just, you know, it doesn't. It's one of those things. It doesn't dawn on me. I think we've used them like in one series outside of a Garden of Glass series, and that was it. It's just not one of those things that I really think about, to be honest. Being there. Let's go ahead and grab... Is that all the string I've got, really? I guess so. Need to kill more spiders. But I imagine... Yeah, if we planted some cotton or raw cotton from plants, which will come from the wild cotton plants, we should probably get some of those. But I don't really have a place to plant them right now because this little area is pretty much just for our alchemy related stuff. Oh, and let me grab some iron bars also. So let's pop down to here. Yeah, and there's our smoldering berry. Aha. And these are basically just extra crops that we can grow off of plants, but so let's dump that into there. And let me plant our annual ragweeds. I'm going to put one up there. And then the rest of these are just going to go down through here. And this is pretty much our brewing garden. We've got, altogether we've got carrots for night vision, golden flames for our glistening melons. We've got emberium for strength. We've got annual ragweed, which is what I'm going to be showing you here in a second. Netherwort, of course, is needed for brewing. We have smoldering berry bushes for fire resistance. And then we have pumpkins for eating purposes. And also making fell pumpkins, of course. Alright, let's go ahead and grab just a few of these. I'm going to go ahead and make 3 fell pumpkins to start with. And I'm just going to dump this into our little brewing thing here. And let's go ahead and set up our first brewing stand right here. And what we're going to do, let's go out here just to make this a little bit easier for us. And we can do it down here. This is eventually going to be kind of a moat type thing going on, sort of. But let's go ahead and just put in our iron bars like that. And then we're going to put our fell pumpkin right back there. I'm going to remove that. And, oh, let me get, I did not bring a bucket with me. That is unfortunate. Well, you know what? If I don't wait around for him to, my problem before was I waited for it to, I was waiting around, like, letting it burn me, you know. But anyways, we got 14 blaze powder from that. We don't get blaze rods from them, we just get blaze powder. We might actually be able to turn them into blaze rods, though. Compactor. If we make a compactor, we can make blaze rods just using fell pumpkins. We plant a cotton crop, we'd be good. So maybe that's how we're going to go about it. Maybe we don't have to go to the nether no more. But honestly, after this episode, it won't be too bad. So let's go ahead and throw that in there. And then let's get, I made up some bottles here. And let me grab a piece of that. Grab a little bit of that. And let's get to brewing. Okay, so that just finished up. We've got our awkward potions. Now let's throw in some glistening melons. And... oh, he didn't put it in for some reason. Throw that in there. Now, if you recall on Divine Journey, we had potions automated. And I don't remember, I think they were needed for something. Maybe a rune, perhaps. But anyways, our glistening melon's going to give us our potions of healing. And then we're going to take our ragweed seed pod. And we're going to run that through. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to give us something called Potion of Regenerative Healing. Which is basically an instant health potion, but also gives you 1 minute and 20 seconds of regeneration. Absolutely wonderful. And that's how we're going to go about blood magic. There we go. We've got 3 of those. Now, truth be told, that's probably good. In my test world, whenever I tested this, I only used 3 of these. And I had full Runes of self-sacrifice. So let's go ahead. Let's try this out. This is filled up and ready to go. And let me go ahead and top off my health. And really, to make it even easier, let me go ahead and just grab like 3 of these for like super saturation. If I need a big health boost and my hunger's down, I can use that. Okay, so we're going to take our ice stone and we're going to throw this into there and let that start running. It's going to slowly drain off this. Now, ideally, you do not want any runes of speed if you're doing it this way, because runes of speed are going to work counterproductively. Runes of speed are great when you have the blood generation to support it. Like once we have regen ritual and stuff like that going, that would be great. But we don't have that at the moment. So, go ahead and pop this. And realistically, we're probably getting pretty close. At this point, I may not even need another potion. In my test world, I used 3 potions, but I was also popping them pretty freely. I wasn't letting the regen burn out. I was just curious, like, could I support this and be able to craft this? Which, yeah, it really wasn't bad. As long as you have regen and, like, a decent food, you can pull this off. So there we go. Boom. Quest complete. Magician's Blood Orb. I don't have my quest book on me at the moment. But we got that. So we've got our Tier 3 Blood Orb. That's probably the worst part of this. Maybe. Maybe so. So, I shouldn't put that away. Let me go ahead and just dump that back into there. I'm going to stay eating my steamed clams. They're a more consistent free food source than pumpkins are. I mean, pumpkins I have to smelt and do all of that. It's really not bad. I could probably live off these, but I love these free glistening melons. I didn't even realize these are a thing. I knew about the ragweeds, and I knew about the smoldering berries. But I didn't even realize that and I like it. Like plants does add its own alchemy, but the problem is it adds all these like awesome alchemy ingredients for like the standard brewing that just work easier. You don't have to use a bunch of bone meal and grow a bunch of crops and stuff like that, or plants and stuff like that to do them. And yeah, it's hard to switch. Okay, let me put these into here. We're done like with the uphill climb of last episode, I guess. And then let's turn our attention over towards let's focus down the petal apothecary for now. So we're going to need 3 things mainly. We need the imbued slates, which are just tier 3 altar. I should probably go ahead and run these. I'm going to need 3 of them. So let me grab this and this. It's kind of my just-in-case stuff. There we go. And quest complete, imbued slate. I'd say this is a fairly cheap way to do blood magic. So, because plants, I mean, all you gotta do is go out in the world, and I mean, they just grow. They don't need water. They don't need farmland that you can trample. They don't need any of that. You just plant them and they grow. It's that easy. Okay, so there's our imbued slates. Those are done. We need aqueous. And aqueous is an ink sac. It's cryothium, which we've got some spare cryothium. That's not a problem. We need a tier 2, and it has to be... No, this one can use different blood orbs, it looks like. And then we need 2 potion flasks and a simple stimulant. These are easy enough to craft. Actually, we've got everything down here for that. Did I bring redstone down here? No, I didn't bring redstone down. Well, let me see what all I'm going to need. So yeah, we get some redstone. I do need to get some essence into our blood network, and we're going to be doing that here in just a second. But I also need simple stimulant, which is bronze blend. Which can I just... Yeah, I can just pulverize bronze for that. And I'm going to need 2 of them for the aqueous that we need. Now I need sugar, and the rest of that stuff I'll have. And then we need defensive base, which is Defensio, 4 of them. We also need an empty base, which is 2 more simple stimulants. 2 energetic alloy, and we need a red diamond chunk. That's easy enough. Defensio is advanced stimulant, which is 2 simple stimulants each. And Carbo, which is another simple stimulant. And I'm going to need, oh my gosh. So 3, 12, 14. I need 16 simple stimulants, basically. I'm going to go ahead and start with that. I'm going to get the stuff together for that. And let me go ahead and take our Magician's Blood Orb. And let me just drop this right into there. Because this had 10,000 millibuckets. That's actually probably about enough for most of our crafting today. Because most of it's like 100, 200 per craft. It's not too bad. Okay, I found the rest of our string. It's down here. Anyways, I think I've got most everything. I realized there was one step that I missed, but I took care of it. And I think we've got all the materials that we're going to need for this. So let's go ahead and pop on down. You can see my inventory is like filled out with stuff. And I killed a squid to get our ink sacs, and it's actually kind of cute. Oh. We're going to need to stop that. Oh, I am going to have to pop into the nether. That's the only thing I don't have is the red diamond. And I forgot to grab a diamond, so I'm going to have to pop back over there, but that's fine. We are going to need 5 netherite. So, anyways, first up, let's see, that. Let me go grab our blood orb. It's got a little bit in there at the moment. So we'll just put that in right there, and then we're going to do the simple stimulants. We actually needed 4 more, so I need 20 of them. Let me grab. I'm going to be cutting it close on gunpowder. So that, and we will automate this later. This is actually super. This apothecary table is super easy to automate. It's really even easier than the ones from 1.7 that we automated before. That alchemy table, we automated it back on SevTech, if you recall. So, let me go ahead, oops. Go ahead and just get a little bit of blood in there. Okay, but that's crafting out. You can see we've got 16 and counting at the moment. Okay, so our 20 simple stimulants are done. That should complete a quest. There we go. Also, I did bring this down. You can see we got some tin ore there. We got 6 solarium. Splash potion of regen 3. And 8 dark steel ingots. So I guess we probably could have just used that. I mean, it's only 22 seconds, but that's a really good 22 seconds where you can just, like, run out your altar and then stab. So probably could have crafted the blood orb with that, actually. But anyways, so we got that. Then we need the potion flasks. These are just water bottles, and I'm going to need 4 of them. Okay, so there's those. And then we can throw in that, and that. That's going to start running. So there's our 2 aqueous. And that's probably, yeah, that's going to complete a quest. And no reward for that. But those are done, that's easy, we've got that stuff. Defensive base, okay. For this, we're going to need an empty base, which I've got the materials for this. We are going to need to get ourselves some quartz glass from Applied Energistics. And then we can get our empty base. And then we also need Defensio, and this is multi-step. We have to make Carbo, which takes vitriol. So we're going to need Cyclops Eyes, Simple Stimulant, Gunpowder, Redstone, Glowstone. I did bring down... Oh, that's not going to be enough. I farmed some of these while I was clearing this out, because I kept having Cyclops spawning here for a bit. That's all you, Enderman. I'll be back for you. I don't want to hop my train ride at the moment. I had a few of those spawn, a few Endermen spawn during the course of this project, so... There we go. There's some Cyclops eyes. Is that going to be enough? I'm going to say no. But yeah, I can say for sure it's not going to be enough because we're going to need 36. I'm still going to have to go out and hunt cyclopses. You just hold on, little buddy. There we go. We got 3 ender pearls. Yes, I'll take it. I've actually got a decent stockpile of ender pearls building up between killing them on sight, you know, not being afraid of them, and then let me go check. I think I've got some more pearls. Well, I can get these running for starters. I mean, I only need 10 more shards, so... Anyways, there's that, and it was, this is pretty much, I think, all they're really for. Is going to be this, gunpowder, redstone, glowstone. Phew, I'm like out of gunpowder now. So that's a thing. Then we need 4 simple stimulants. There we go. Okay, let me go pop up. I could have swore I had more Cyclops, but maybe that was it. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to farm a few Cyclopses, but luckily they're super common. So I was just trying to kill them as I spotted them. So we're up to 10. Which, bear in mind, if you've already gotten tech up and going, I highly suggest you get spawners up and going for like Cyclopses and Ender Spiders and the Dramcrixes and the Molten Spiders or Wildfires or anything like that that you can get your hands on. And fun fact, actually, before I started recording this episode, there was actually a sign inside of our base where we're working today. There was a sign in there that actually had the city's name that we're building, the area's name that we're building. But I removed it for suspense purposes. Oh, and by the way, there is a couple other potions that we're going to be making. They're just not plant-based. If you notice inside my bone chest, there was like 40 pulverized obsidian. And, oh, that's actually part of the, where the base sticks through. There was like 40 pulverized obsidian. That is for making potions of resistance, in fact. So we are going to be making those also. Which later on, once we get into the alchemical imbuer, we can start refining them. Which does make some really powerful effects, but not quite between lands powerful level. But we might do some Between Lands alchemy in this series. Okay, I found our last Cyclops. They spawn pretty common up around here. So, and while I was digging out the base, they were like constantly spawning. But then all of a sudden, they kind of stopped for some weird reason. Which is unfortunate, because I was farming these knowing we were going to need a few, you know. Alright, so there's the last of that. Now, vitriol is used to craft carbo. And we need a block of coal, obsidian, clay, and then simple stimulant for that. Anyways, there's that. And then we need a block of redstone, iron. We need advanced stimulant, which is bone meal. Let me grab... I know we could pulverize it and get better output, but I'm not really worried about that. So there's that. And then we need, and those. And I'm going to need 4 of them. And then it's the carbo with, oh yeah, the block of redstone, the iron. Let me go ahead and do that. Oh, it looks like we're out of life points. Okay, let me get, quest complete, advanced stimulant. Let's see, advanced stimulant takes 2,000 life points. Okay, so there's those. And then it's, oh, and then we need 4 of these. These are just cobwebs. And these only take 200 life points to craft. So then it's that, and that. And that is going to net us our Defensio. Now this stuff takes 2,000 life points to craft also. So let me go feed it some more life real quick. This orb that's in here doesn't drain very fast. I think if I changed out orbs, it would drain a bit quicker. But I think there's enough life points in there probably to craft out the last 2 that we need. And then over to the petal apothecary. All we need to finish this out is the red diamond chunk, which is 5 netherite. And then we're going to have a petal apothecary. So, let me pop up. I need to get a diamond, and I need to get 5 netherite. Which I'm hoping that we can just pop into the nether and like sneak through and go grab some of that real quick. That's what I'm hoping. We're going to, by the way, we're going to spruce those minecarts up before too long so that the system works a little bit differently. But probably with auto collection and drop off. Whoa, I saw you. I'm just going to start digging down because I know netherite can spawn like, you know, down here. If I wasn't looking for the stuff, it would be everywhere. There we go. There's 1, 2. Well, it should have been 2. I only got 1 though. Wow, this is amazing. How, like, very little of this I'm finding. Here we go. Please be it. There we go. We got 6. Okay. Let me make my way back out of here. Like, this tunnel system is, like, massive. At the moment. Just, I mean, just to find, like, 5 of that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this smelting up. And that way we can get our red diamond chunk, and then we're going to be set. We're going to have the petal apothecary, which I don't think... Yeah, we still haven't unlocked a botanist journey yet. The quest line. But that's kind of expected, because we're going really off the rails right now. Let me go ahead and get some of these quests turned in. 10 ore. More 10 ore. And our splash potion of regen. Okay, so our Defensio is done. That's probably going to complete a quest. Actually, it might not because we probably haven't... Oh, you know what? I never pulled out the vitriol and the carbo. Whoops. But I don't think... I mean, that one might have a quest reward, but... I don't know. And then there's Offensio. There's not even a Defensio that I can see anyways. Okay, well that's fine. Let's go ahead. Get that. Get that. Get that. And then we need our Magician's Blood Orb. There we go. Oh, and you know what? I need... I need a blue petal real quick. I think once this whole minecart system's actually like... Because right now it's just like jumping in minecarts, riding to one place. But once it all gets set up, because we're going to have some redstone, or some wireless redstone and things that like switch over the tracks. And lots of fun stuff planned. But I think once all that's implemented, I think it's going to be quite fun to play around in this base. Because I'd like to have it where you can click on different destinations, like where do you want to go? And then it will just set up the tracks for you to ride to that place. But, I don't know. We'll get to that, but not yet. Right now it's just steadily building the tracks. Okay, so there is our petal apothecary. Yes! Alright, that is done. And so technically we are in Botania right now. And the nice thing is actually pushing straight into Botania, we could start into magical crops and go all the way up to like the tier 2 or the tier 3 things, I think. Once we get the runic altar, pretty much. Oh, Did I just send both of them down? I think they both went down. Yeah, there they go. But one of them is going to bounce back, so... That's why I've got both of them here, because I've had a bad habit of forgetting my cart down there, or up here, and then I'd have to climb back up the stairs, so I made a second cart, so that way there's always one on one end, right? I do have to, like, manually jump out of it, otherwise it'll take me back up, but that's okay. Okay, and of all the things keeping me from starting into Botania, when I was out breaking seeds, I didn't keep the wheat seeds. So GG me, I actually have like no wheat seeds to my name at the moment. Alright, I don't know if I want to just, the carrots, I just harvested some, probably out of that field. But, let me just steal their wheat in mass. Not like I'm worried about if they have food for the winter, I don't care. And actually while I'm here, I've got a couple potatoes from zombie drops, but I'm going to go ahead and grab a few of those too. Okay, let me go ahead and just sleep, get the sun up, and then we can start this up. We're not going to get too far into Botania today, but we'll just set up the petal apothecary today. I don't want to go too far into Botania today because I don't actually have the area set up that I want for it. So, but let's go ahead and just drop that in right there. But let's go ahead and get ourselves a pure daisy. That's. Okay, and we'll go ahead and just drop this down. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me grab this. Because I'm going to be working on getting an area laid out for our Botania area. Probably between episodes. So, hopefully we'll have a proper Botania area for next episode. Because we're going to be doing a bit of Botania. Because this is kind of the point that I've been wanting to reach, is get Botania unlocked, and then it's going to be a lot smoother sailing for us. Now, I want to say that the mana pool is standard. It is. But the spreader was different. For this, we need projectile bias, which isn't too bad. Oh, but we're going to need that. Overall, I mean, that's not too bad. I need... Yeah. It's not too bad. Imbued slates are easy. We're going to need to get up to a tier 3. So basically, tier 3 Hellfire Forge just on par with what we've got going on with actual blood magic. Aluminum brass. We need infinity dust, which basically Sagmo grains of infinity to get that. That's easy enough. Let me, for right now, let me just put it out here, actually, for the time being. And then if we drop that down, and we drop some stone down, we can get that converting. But this is converted, so just so we get it on camera, our very first living rock and living wood. Yay! Alright, but then we can go ahead and get our mana pool. So yay! Okay, so that completes that little bit. We've actually technically, very, very technically, started Botania at this point. I mean, we can't make mana or anything like that. The Endo Flames themselves, once we get spreaders, the Endo Flames aren't too bad. They only require Inferium Coal, Prosperity Shard, and then default recipe after that. So that's not too bad. But what we need right now is basically we need to get spreaders. So we're going to have to get the sword, do a little bit. We're going to have to do the Tartaric stuff for Botania. I mean, for blood magic. And then we can pretty much make spreaders. Now, there's one other thing that we're going to have to do in the next episode or whatnot. We're going to have to get into latex processing because to actually start making power, I'm gonna need the machine bases from Industrial Foregoing and the Quantum Entropy Accelerator. This right here, I know it looks pretty bad, but it's actually not too bad. Darkstone is actually extremely easy to make, just requiring cobblestone, stone, and any kind of black dye. The gold casings, we need machine cases. So basically for each mana flux field, I'm going to need 4 blocks of redstone, and I'm going to need a little bit of random junk, but I'm going to need 3 machine cases, 3 blocks of gold, 6 electrum, bunch of dark steel, and a double layer capacitor. So it's not going to be cheap for sure, but yeah. So I need to get latex processing up and going so that I can make the machine cases without having to sawmill up, you know, to get the stuff. So we're gonna have to get that up and running here soon as well. And then of course the machine base is requiring all of this stuff. What have I got myself into? It's gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be an uphill climb at first. It's already been an uphill climb, but it's gonna get even worse here soon. But then it'll get better. It'll slowly start getting better. The worst thing is when it comes time for us to try to run an RF Tools dimension or something off of flux fields. Like, the scale that we're going to have to do this is going to be great. It's just going to be wonderful. So, but anyways, I think that's it for this episode. Hopefully, we'll have Botania up and running in the next episode or two, I think. There's just a lot that goes into it. Because we're basically pushing into the mid-game while being early game. So it's very, very expensive, and it's a very, very uphill climb for us right now. But that's okay. It's okay. I think Botania is like mid-ish game. Like starting to get into mid-game, basically. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe. If you're not already, stay updated with when new videos come out. And don't forget about the statues mod that's included now. So if you're interested, put your name on the Discord and let me know. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to see you guys next time for more fun. Hopefully we'll start diving into Botania a little bit next episode. Anyways, I hope to see you guys then. So until then, do take care. Stay safe. I'll see you guys next time.